Hi guys, welcome back to our podcast. This is Alexis.
This is Manuel, Octavio, Chris, Alejandro.
And today's topic is about Freakonomics and some key facts and some fun facts about the book.
So, what I read was page 11 through 14, 215 to 223 as well. So, throughout the reading, I found very interesting major points and cool facts about economics and an author as well. So, what I found was that this book was written from a very specific worldwide, and it was based on few fundamental ideas. I thought this was really cool because a lot of books out there are written from an individual's perspective and what their thoughts on it, but this is written from a worldwide view. And from some of the fundamental ideas were some incentives, conventional wisdom, dramatic effects, and also going to experts and criminologists to real estate agents using their information in the book on economics. And another cool major point that I found was a guy named Levet. He's a guy who studied economics, and he says that economics is science with excellent tools for gaining answers, but a serious shortage of interesting questions. And this guy is highly respected, and a lot of guys like him. For example, one guy who quoted that he's considered a demigod and one of the most creative people in economics and maybe in all of social science, by a guy named Colin Cameron. So these are all my major points, and I'm going to pass it to Manuel.
Thank you, Chris. Going off what Chris said, talking about Levet, was that he also stated some other things that were really interesting to me. Was that you succeed in profession by writing papers. Well, I guess what he means by this is that when you write what you think, you succeed more because you're writing down what you think. Another thing is that other kids or other students stay up to get good grades, but he stayed up for researching and writing, which I think this is really, really good, because if you're staying up just to get a good grade, you're gonna stress yourself, and sometimes you don't get the good grade you wanted. But if you stay up and research and write, you don't only get your grade up, but you also learn more things that you want to learn. And one more thing that I thought was interesting was that, like Chris said, that they considered him a demigod, right? But he also was inspired by Beckery, which was one of the most economist influencers in the last 50 years. And now I'm passing it to Octavio.
Thank you, Manuel. I have pages 237 to 247, and the key points I had was people thinking their votes counted, like their votes were the most important votes of the election, and why they thought about this. Well, people thought about this because they're like, oh, my votes will be the most important vote because it's going to come down to a singular vote in the election. And this is hardly true, because your vote being the most important vote in the election is like winning the lottery, which is almost hardly to none. The odds are to your favor. And out of those elections, out of 16,000 congressional elections over 100 years, only one election came down to a singular vote. So that was 1 out of 16,000 chances of that happening. And then another key point I found interesting was that how one major factor can change the rest of everything else. An example of this is on NASCAR on Daytona 500. When a driver passed away making a turn and crashing into a wall, NASCAR wanted to improve the safety so that wouldn't happen anymore, and anyone wouldn't crash, and no more fatalities. And as doing this, it helped to drivers not pass away when crashing, and to help improve the safety of drivers so no one else could pass away. Now I'm passing it to Alejandro.
Thanks for passing the mic, Octavius. To start off the discussion on my topic is whether gift cards are a good idea to give to someone as a gift. To be honest, it really just depends on what relationship you have with the person and whether they appreciate a well thought out gift or they just want money. It also really depends on whether the person you're giving it to wants money or a well thought out gift. To go more in depth, some people really just want money so they could buy something that they want instead of getting a gift that they didn't want. Thank you, Octavius. Now passing the mic on to Alexis.
Thank you so much, Alejandro. So about my topic is about laid-back labor. By the 1920s, roughly about 3,000 pianos were being sold in the United States each year. Roughly 2/3 of them were piano players. The newer technologies such as radio, phonograph, telephones, and much more soon began to drive off the piano into deep disfavor that continues to this day. Last year, Americans bought only about 80,000 pianos. That's a decrease of 25% over a period in which the population more than doubled.
Well, this is the end of our podcast. Thank you guys for listening. See you next time.